and shake it out. All right, coming back to center. Let's take the right hand over your heart space. We're going to sweep it across. Inhale, open, look right. Exhale, back over, look left. 2 more before we hold for our side stretch. Inhale, exhale. Good, hold that right arm out there. You're going to take the left hand down by your side and start to sweep that right arm up and over. Maybe taking your gaze down towards the left. We'll send the right sit bone down. I'm going to bend that right elbow and just catch my head there with that arm. One, it gives your head a little bit of support, but also we're going to get a little stretch through the triceps. One more breath. Push that floor away from you, bring that arm back down. All right, make any little adjustments. We're heading to the other side. Left hand to your chest space. Sweep it open, inhale, look left. Sweep it back across, exhale, look right. 2 more before we hold. Good, next time out, we hold it there. Take your right hand down by your side and start to sweep the left arm up. Gaze heads down towards the right. And send your left sit bone down towards your seat. And then maybe bend that elbow, connect your head to your hand. One more breath into those upside gills. And then we'll exhale, push the floor away from you to come back up to seated. Make any little adjustments, and let's make the transition onto your hands and knees. So, tabletop. All right, so knees can be a little bit wide. We're going to head to those barrel rolls. Spread those fingers out wide, give a little palm stretch. And we'll go about 3 times around in one direction before we switch. Maybe you reach the bottom of the barrel, pause, and then we'll head the other direction. The top of the barrel and then pause, come back to center. All right, let's press the palms down, push the floor away from you. We're going to take the right leg up and back, kind of a donkey kick, but instead of donkey kicking, we're going to make circles. So, 3 circles in one direction. Try to keep your torso as still as you can while that hip moves. And then pause, and then we're going to head the other direction. Core work is part of, or glutes are part of the core work, so we're going to get those glutes activated, but also holding your abdominals somewhat relatively stable. All right, and come, we'll go and shake that leg all the way back out until it plants down. And let's do those glides that are probably so familiar now. We'll inhale forward as you start to take some weight onto the hands, and then exhale back into that heel. 2 more. Last time, we got 2 breaths here. Push the floor away from you, broaden the shoulders. All right, we come back through center. Let's just take a little break off the wrist for a moment. So either shake out, or you can take your hands back behind you and do a stretch. All right, we're back down for the other side. Flip here. Push the floor away from you. We're taking that left leg up and back. And instead of donkey kicks again, we're going to make those circles. Your core trunk stays stable as that hip is moving. Good. And then we'll head the other direction. All right, and go ahead and shake, shake, shake that leg all the way back. And on the in breath, again, we'll head forward towards the hands, and on your out breath, back towards your heel. One more before we hold. So press back to the heel, push the floor away from you, shoulders are broad. All right, and let's come up and off of our hands again. Maybe a little shake out of those wrists, and we'll take the hands back behind, switch to clasp one finger over. We're heading down to rise up. All right, come and check it out. I'm going to flip back, but you don't have to go anywhere. Let's take the hands down, so come back into quadruped. Spread those fingers wide, push the floor away from you so the back gets broad. Tuck the toes, and we're going to do something some people call like a bear. Yes, a bear. So you're going to lift the knees off the floor. Just a little bit. You're pushing the floor away from you. One of my instructors many years back would use this as a prep for plank pose. If you couldn't do this, then you shouldn't be doing plank pose. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Let's maybe take a puppy dog or child for 1 or 2 breaths. Let's come back up, hands under shoulders. Spread the fingers wide, push the floor away from you. We're going to now come into, take one leg back and come into full plank. So push the floor away from you, exhale, bring the other leg back. And have you bring, if you can, bring the feet as close together as they can go. I'm just going to do a narrow stance here. Turning the biceps forward without hyperextending the elbows. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If this feels just a bit too much, you can always have one knee down into half plank. Let's take a child's puppy dog or kneeling. And you know by now you can stop whenever you want. All right, so let's come back to hands. And if hands are too sensitive today, you can always come down onto your forearms if that would feel better. Okay, let the floor away from you. Take one leg back. That might be your stop point. You don't have to do anything else. Push the floor away from you if you're joining me in plank. Take the feet a little bit narrow, and we're going to do little shifts. You're going to shift forward towards your hands and back towards your heels. Maybe inhale forward, exhale back. Two more. If you're still with me, you can drop a knee if you'd like. All right, lower all the way down. Woo! Child's puppy dog or kneeling. 2 breaths. All right, this time we're going to go from last version before we come into standing, I promise. We'll go from plank to down dog and then make those shifts back and forth. Here we go. So starting in plank, press the floor away from you, take 1 foot back. Exhale, take the next foot back. Let's take the legs out a little bit wide or wider, about hip width apart. From here, you're going to lift up onto the toes, send yourself back to downward dog. Shift back to the toes and catapult yourself forward to plank pose. You can always choose one knee down for your plank pose. If you're doing one knee down, I would suggest just alternating as you shift. It's a great workout in itself, I feel. It's just, it's just different. But it's good. Still even coming forward to half plank. Maybe one more shift if you're with me. Back to down dog. Let's hold for 2 breaths. All right, we'll go ahead and lower down. Find child, simply dog, or kneeling for 2 breaths. Full breath in, let your belly expand. Exhale, mouth open. All right, slowly rise up. Nice work. Let's move into standing. And we'll bring our straps, so we'll stretch some of those muscles we were just working. All right, separate those feet. You know where we're going. You've been here before. Rise up. If going back feels great, you're welcome to. I'm just limiting myself these days, consciously. Last one. All right, let's meet at the top. Rise up, in breath, exhale. In breath, exhale. One more to each. Up at the top, release. I'll take the strap back behind you for that. Chest stretch. So you're welcome to just stay tall without going forward. In breath, open up the shoulders, bend at those knees. Out breath, take it forward. Keep that flatter back version. Arms can always rest on the back side too. They don't have to be lifted. One more breath. Okay, we'll take the strap to the back side, pull on either side, and exhale. We're going to rise back up slowly. All right. Shake off. I think set the strap down for the moment. And let's come into feet about hip width apart. I'm actually going to bring the blocks in, so if you have them, you can use them. Okay, so feet about hip width apart, blocks are at the top of your mat. If you got them, you don't have to use them. Spread out those toes to the best of their ability. Great. And then set them down. Find that balance. Here we go to rise up in breath. Maybe lifting onto the toes. Heels back to the ground, folding forward, exhale. Halfway up in breath. Out breath, we bend the knees a little bit. We're going to send it down so you can stop at your thighs, shins, blocks, floor. For those in the class today, just reminding you to keep a flat fur back if you can. Bend the knees a little bit on the inhale. Exhale, go ahead and try and straighten them. It doesn't have to go straight today or ever. Just 2 more. Okay, come up a little bit higher, maybe on the fingertips, bend those knees. Exhale, we're going to rise up. Inhale, reach the sky, maybe lift to the toes. And then we'll meet back down. Find mountain pose, 1 full breath. All right, here we go, rise up. We're gonna head through a chair pose. Heels back to the ground. Good. Arms reaching forward. And we're gonna do a bit of exercise here with the arms. So we're gonna palms up and you're gonna row them back and send them forward, inhale. Exhale, row them back, maybe curl in the fingers. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull it back. 2 more. I know those legs are calling. At least mine are. Good. Inhale. Exhale, we'll fold it forward. Halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, we find our way down. Stop at any height of the block. Lengthening the back leg, send the sit bones up. One more breath. Good, bending the knees, hands to hips or thighs. Exhale to rise up, lifting onto the toes or towards them. And then we meet back, mountain pose, one full breath. All right, this time, second time chair, just a different arm version. So we're gonna rise up again, in breath. Out breath, heels come back down. We're gonna sweep the arms back into those airplane arms. So palms facing downward or forward. And then we're gonna flutter the arms. So you're gonna lift up, up, and pulse through the back shoulder blades. Good. Keep the arms there back, and then turn the palms towards one another, and like you're trying to squeeze onto a ball. So I'm heading in kind of that position. If your legs need a break at any time, please give them a break. Pulse, 3, 2, 1. Great, send the arms back up, inhale. Exhale, float it down. Woo, those thighs. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, you'll find your way down. 2 breaths here. Bend those knees, hands to your thighs, and exhale, rise up slowly. Inhale, breathe the sky. Exhale, we find mountain pose. One full breath. Active arms and legs. All right. Take it out. I'm going to get the blocks out of the way for the moment. We're going to step to the left side of your mat. Hands to hips. Take the weight onto your left foot. So you're going to spread those toes out. Get your support system first. And maybe you can have your fingertips kind of above those hip bones. You can feel your belly muscles working. I know they're there. Toe plant or lift the right leg if you're not there already. And notice if you're putting weight in your heel or your toes, and if you can try to find a mid space. All right, we're gonna step out to that right side. Step maybe 1 or 2. Turn the foot towards the short side of the mat. Let your hip bones stay lined up to the front, the long side. All right, keep the hands to the hips. We're gonna bend in. You're gonna monitor your hips. They stay facing forward. And just check your front knee, that ankle, hip, knee, and ankle. Sorry, I already said that. Hip, knee, and ankle are all in alignment. All right, palms together, a little bit of pressure here, isometric push. We're gonna send it up to the sky, in breath. Keep pushing, a little bit of pressure, and then send the arms out. We're gonna do little circles, like Pilates circles. If you can think of the Pilates circles with the legs, so you're gonna circle the arms back. Three, 2, 1. We're gonna circle forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Just hold, reaching. Take your gaze out towards the right. And those arms are getting heavy. Keep reaching through those fingers. Great, in breath. Out breath. Next in breath, we reach to the sky. Oh, arms feel heavy. Palms come together. Push a little bit in as you come back to center. Okay, isometric push. Hands together, elbows out. Full breath. All right, we come back through. Let's heel toe or step it back into center. Meeting in mountain pose. 1 breath. All right, let's step to the right side of your mat. Again, hands to hips, just above those hip bones there, so you can feel your abdominals working. Spread out the toes of your right foot and then balance in, toe planting or lifting the left. step out with that left foot. Make sure I have enough space here. Turn the left foot out towards the short side of the mat. And bend into that front knee, just monitoring the sit bones that they're still facing forward. Check your left hip, knee, and ankle, that they're all in alignment. All right, let's come to the center. A little bit of pressure, elbows out. Okay, we're gonna rise up. Keep that connected. And when you're ready, send the arms out. Got our Pilates circles here on the side. Heading forward. 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we hold. Reach those fingers, spread those fingers out, and start to take your gaze out to the left. Please feel free to soften your shoulders or bend the elbows a little bit. One more breath. And reach to the sky, in breath. As soon as the palms touch, we can start to straighten that front leg. Hands come down to center. Press those palms together, elbows out. One full breath. All right. Steel toe, step it back in. Make any little adjustments and meet me in mountain. One breath. Check our time before. Okay. So let's do a bit of a dynamic tree pose here. So if you want to have some surface behind you, a wall, otherwise freestanding. Let's balance on the right leg first. Spread those toes out and the knees a little bit bent. We're going to toe plant toe plant the left. And we're going to start here in the center. So if you can, arms come together. If they need to be a little bit apart, that's okay. As we open up, we're going to inhale, spread those fingers, draw the shoulder blades back. Exhale, draw it in, belly skin draws in. Almost like you're doing a little crunch, but you're not curling in this way. Two more. Next time out, we're going to hold it there. Hold it. If you want to slide that foot up the calf, you're welcome to. Your right leg stays a little bit bent. Shoulder blades still activated, and try to draw your shoulder blades down. Maybe the elbows come down a little bit. 2 more breaths. You got it? You can do this. If your tree wobbles over, it's okay. Replant it. All right, bring it back in slowly. I know those arms are heavy. And bring it all the way back in. Release. Woo, what a tree pose could be an exercise for your arms. All right, mountain pose, reset. Become mountains so we can plant our trees. All right, spread out the toes of the left foot. That's your standing leg now. Toe plant the right, and we're back in. Whew, these arms don't get a break, do they? We switch legs, but the arms keep going. Here we go. Inhale, open. Spread those fingers, shoulder blades drawing together. Exhale back. 4 more. Next one we hold. Open out, and if you want to slide that foot up the calf, you can, or keep it planted. Shoulder blades drawn back and together, and keep spreading those fingers. Draw those elbows a little closer down by your sides. 2 more breaths. Stay with me. You can do it. Your breaths are long. All right, we'll come back in and release. Take out, Maybe take those hands back behind. We'll just do a stretch. Open up the chest. Exhale, one more. All right. Let's head back down to the floor. We're gonna we'll do a little core work down there. Yeah. So I think let's just head on to. Actually, let's head on to seated. Let's head into seated. Okay. I'm gonna show this from the side. We're gonna do a little boat work. Sometimes I use a block to give me some feedback. It doesn't always work, but if you want to throw it in there, you can. We're going to start with knees bent out in front of you. Spine stays tall. We'll start with sliding the hands back behind. And we're going to start to tip our boat back. And this is where the block might come in handy to just give you a little feedback. And that's maybe your stop point. We're going to tap, lift, and lift. The hands are not gripping, they're just kind of supporting, being a guide. But I could do this without. If you need a little extra of that support, just push the hands to the backs of the thighs. I can keep going here. Wake me up. Just kidding. One more to each. All right, hug it forward. Just give yourself a little hug before we do our next version. All right. Keep that length up of the spine. Slide those hands back, and we're going to start to hinge back or tilt back. The back doesn't round though, so just see if you can keep it a little taller. Time if you feel, let's see, if you feel like you can lift your feet off the floor, and pointing my toes here, you can try that, or maybe just keep one foot down the whole time as you're holding. So if you're doing that version, just switch, keep switching feet. Otherwise, we're holding here, steady breath, steady gaze. Belly skin draws inward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Rest. Full breath in and out. All right, let's transition all the way onto your back, and we're going to be doing some bridge work. So if you want something under your head, just make it very light or nothing pushing right at your neck. Making sure you can see me. All right. On your back, feet about hip width apart. Press the palms down. We're going to rise up into bridge. Exhale. Okay. And let's start. You're going to try to keep your hips balanced. You're going to toe plant on one foot and then back down. Toe plant on the other foot and then back down. Keep breathing. One more to each. All right, we'll find our way back down. Let's just get those reverse child's pose. Give it a little hug in. All right, feet back down. We're advancing this, so if that just felt challenging enough, you can stay with that. I'm going to head to the next version if you'd like. We're going to rise up into bridge. And this time it'll be a lift. So you'll lift your whole foot off. And if this just feels like more than you want to give today, that's all good. Just keep toe planting, alternating. What I like to envision here is that I'm consciously just resting that foot down and getting it stable before I make the transition to the other side. so that basically my structure is there. So none of it gives. And stay lifted, keep pressing the floor away from you. One more to each if you're still with me. All right, back down, rest, bring those knees in, reverse child's. All right, let's take the left leg out. So this doesn't quite seem like core work, but it is. We're gonna keep the palms down. We're gonna do a dynamic tree pose. So much like we did in standing, on the inhale, we're gonna open it out. You're gonna keep that left leg grounded though. So don't let it wobble with you. This is where the core comes in because it's holding you steady in the middle. Exhale it back in. Inhale it open. Exhale back in, belly skin draws inward. Relax your shoulders. I know those arms want to kick in, and they can. But just don't tense up the shoulders just themselves. 2 more. All right. Next time the leg goes out, let's hold it there. So you can slide the inner foot to the inner thigh. Have a block if you'd like to provide a little extra support. We're going to reach through that heel and take the arms up in the opposite direction. One more breath. And the arms can come back down, the leg can come back in. Just bring that knee into your chest. And send it back out. So now right leg is straight, the left leg is bent. Foot on the floor. Great. On the in-breath, we're letting the knee roll out. Right leg stays grounded. Exhale, bring it back in, belly skin draws inward. Three more before we hold and tree. Keep pressing your arms back to the floor below you. Next time out, we hold. Sole of the foot can snug up to that inner thigh. Have some support under the left leg if it just feels too intense. Reach through that right leg and take those arms up behind you. One more breath, reach in opposite directions. Right, and bring the arms back down, exhale that knee back in and bring it to your chest for a breath. All right. Let's come where your back's on the floor, your feet, I know your back's on the floor already. Your feet are off the floor though. And we're going to come into a reverse tabletop. So thighs are roughly parallel to the wall in front of you, and the lower legs are parallel to the floor. Let's bring the arms up, shoulder blades back. When you reach your left leg forward, your right arm is going to slide back. And then we come back to center. Switch. Straightening the leg out feels like too much of a challenge for your back. Just keep it a little bit bent, or you can even do a tap down and then back up. Maintain just a little bit of space in the low back, not really flat, not really arched. Okay, you got this. After this one more on each side if you're still with me. Still breathing. Last one. All right, hugging those knees, rocking a bit side to side. All right, nice work. Let's take our straps for a bit of a three-way strap stretch here. Take the strap around the ball of your right foot. If you don't have your strap handy, don't stress about it. Always go without. If it feels okay, so in this position, I want you to find a space where your low back is not really swooshed and not really arched, but somewhere right in the middle. If this feels okay, you don't feel much going on in the back of your leg, you can straighten your left leg or the opposite. Shoulders relaxed. And just look at your foot and see if it's, is it tilted off to one side or is it right in the center? Try to bring it to the center if it's not. One more breath. Take the straps into your right hand. Left arm is going to come out beside you. You can start to bring that leg out to the right. Help you with blocks, but if you want to throw a block in there to catch you, you can. Maybe you've got a wall nearby or some furniture down. It works well. If you don't have a block there or something to catch you, this is a lot of core work to keep your leg lifted. Keep sucking your leg, your left leg, and your belly down to the floor. One more breath. Okay, we'll bend that leg a little bit to bring it back up. Switch the straps into your left hand. Right arm comes out to the side, and I don't have much room to go here, which is actually kind of nice. I'm going to use the wall to just get a nice stretch to that outer thigh. Use your furniture or a block to catch you. One more breath. We'll bend that knee a little bit to bring it back up to the sky. One breath here. All right, release it. Bend the right knee. Take the strap around the left foot. And then start to lengthen that leg up. Shoulder blades back. Find that little space in your low back, not quite arched, not quite flat. If you're feeling enough sensation here on the left side, you don't have to straighten the right leg, but you could. Soften the shoulders, the jaw. Take the straps into the left hand, right arm comes out, you're going to start to take that left leg out to the side. I don't have much range to go here, the wall's catching me, and that's great. You can have a block or something else to catch you as well. That way you don't have to work so hard, but you still get a nice stretch. One more breath. Bend that leg a little bit to bring it back across. Take the straps into the right hand, left arm comes out, and we'll start to take that leg across the body. So we have a little bit more to reach. Those with osteoporosis, just don't overdo the rotation here. Your leg might just stop kind of just past the midline. Bend that knee a little bit as you bring it back up to center. Reach through the heel. One last breath. All right, we'll send it down. You can let go of the strap. And you can time for a little playtime. So just maybe 30 seconds or so. Some alternative stretches. Pigeon on back, always a lovely one. I speak for myself. Or butterfly, windshield wipers. Legs up in the sky. If you want to put your legs or hips up on a block and put your legs up. Supported shoulder stand. Anything your body desires. Well, maybe not anything. Keep moving. It's always your practice. You're out in Shavasana, or you can rest into Shavasana. Legs can be up on a furniture, rolled up blankets, pillows. Make yourself cozy. The eyes are closed or open, your choice. It's just a couple minutes here, so just take out this time. You've already set your aside for yourself. You wouldn't take this time if somebody wasn't guiding you, so take advantage of it. Let's smooth out those thinking muscles. Forehead. Space between the eyebrows broadens. Eyes are heavy, head is heavy. Temples. Joint to the jaw. Space between the teeth. Let that wave continue down, shoulder blades just settling a little heavier in the surface below you. What might your anchor be when your mind starts to wander? Might it be the breath moving in and out the tips of the nostrils? Might it be a breeze or sound of a bird that brings you back? Got nowhere to be, nothing to do. These next few moments are yours. Next breath, becoming a bit more conscious. Fill the belly, fill the middle, fill the space around your heart with a full, deep inhalation. Exhale fully, completely, slowly. Beginning your mindful movement, if you haven't, begin. Fingers, wrists, toes, and ankles. Rocking the head, hips, cat stretch or dog stretch. Tucking in your knees if you haven't already. Transitioning to your side, wherever you are in your transition. Can you recall your intention that you made just an hour ago? How will you show up today? Join in seated if you're not there already. Finding a comfortable seat. Got this mudra this week that is contentment. Is that word santosha. So being content with wherever you might be in your practice or life or health or anything I'm working with. Let's bring the fingers together. So it's Chaturmukha mudra. And so you're holding on or wrapping your hands around a globe. The fingers and hands are a little bit curled, the thumbs stay up, and you can keep your hands away from you. Show that away from my body so you can see it. Or the wrist can hold close and have that little bit of feedback for the belly as you breathe in and out. All right, let's take it. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, belly skin draws inward slightly. There might be an audible sound of your air flowing in and out your nose. The back of your throat. Next exhale, letting go of the mudra. Holding on to that contentment, hopefully, the rest of the day. Let's finish with gratitude, though. Palms might be together over your heart space. Bowing to a place within you where you recognize gratitude. What's one more thing in your life to be grateful for today? All right. Offering that gratitude out beyond the walls that you're in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Palms meeting in the center, exhaling, holding on to that gratitude real close, at least for the rest of the day. All Om wants to seal the deal. Join in if you'd like. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Slow breath into Om. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lips apart. Namaste. Spirit in me honors the spirit in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Peace in.